Matthias, after disappointment on Thursday, what's the mood around the squad at the moment?
No, I mean, of course, after the game was, disappointing feeling in the group, in the team. I think we're all aware that we need to show a reaction, and we have to do that tomorrow. I mean, there is just a common feeling, understanding that we need to show a reaction. So I think we've had some good trainings, especially yesterday. I feel like we're ready to show a reaction tomorrow. Yeah.
Tom Clevey spoke after the Devon derby about instilling that defensive foundations. What have you been working on in training this week?
No more like quite basic stuff, to make sure that we are more tough to beat, to make sure that we become more solid. It's actually quite the basic stuff. We just have to do it properly and do it well. Be concentrated and be more tough, quite basic stuff, but we have to do it.
Yeah, you talk about the sort of toughness, and he's just spoken about how you want to get more bite into the team. How do you think that your game reflects that?
No, I think you just need to, I think it's an individual thing that you need to be on it. That you have to be strong in the duels, in the tackles, and that you're more tough to play against. That we become a little bit more experienced in some ways in the way we play. I think that's been a missing part, especially in the last game. I think we have to be more tough to play against, more tough to beat.
And the first chance to show that is against Mansfield this Tuesday. So how do you feel that game's going to go, and how do you feel the preparation's been?
No, like I said, I think we've had very good training yesterday, and then I feel like there is like I said before, a common understanding that we have to show a reaction, especially in terms of the thing we just spoke about, that we need to be tough, we need to be difficult to beat now. I think obviously when we've been through the period we have, that's the place to start, is to be difficult to play against, is to fight for each other, certainly we can do that tomorrow, and we have to.
Devon, of course, a quite remote place in the country. How have you found living in Devon at the moment?
I mean, quite nice. I like to live here. It's a nice place, a nice nature. I mean, I found it good, yeah.
And the nature of that is that there's a lot of travel, and of course the next month it is mostly on the road, and if not all on the road. So how are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of time on the bus. I mean, that's a part of living here, of playing here, that there are quite long distances to many of the games. But I mean, that's a part of it. We have to be professional and not let that affect anything. That's just a part of it. Yeah.
Who's in charge of the jukebox?
Actually, I don't know. I have my headphones on, so I'm not hearing it.
So, any games on the bus as well?
Yeah. There are many players playing cards. Some guys are with the computers doing some stuff. Many guys, of course, speaking together. So there are different things going on. Yeah.
That's really good to sort of boost the morale of the team.
That's a good way to bond, to be together, to strengthen the togetherness in the squad. So it's a good way of being together, I think. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's an old cliche again, but it's an ideal way to bounce back from Thursday. You've got a game tomorrow. Can't be any better, can it?
No. I mean, like you said, it's the best, or like I said before, it's the best way to bounce back is to do it fast. And the game's coming up, very quick at the moment. Yeah. So I mean, if we win tomorrow, you have a great feeling again, and you can get some morale back, which is what we need. So it's good the games are coming fast now. Yeah.
Do you feel, we all know about your arrival here, and are you now fully fit and, really up for it?
Yeah, I am. I think I've played quite many games now in a row, especially. So physically, I feel completely fine. I feel like I am where I should be. Yeah.
Tom, as Jed's just said, Tom alluded to the fact the first and most important thing is the togetherness in the team. You've really only been together, a quarter of a season. But are you already feeling that? Do you feel part of a together team?
Yeah, I do. But of course, it's no secret that when you bring, I think, 15 new players, it's not like it will take time. Like it's not gonna just click in 3 weeks, So I mean, for me, it's quite normal that we have to be aware of the togetherness, because we are so many new players, new people in the club. So I think it's quite natural. But I think that we have a team full of good people. So I think we already now bond very well. I think so it's only something that's going to be even better with time. But I think it is natural when you bring so many new players that it takes a while before you're together as a group, And
one off the wall, you at least you'll get to see a lot of the country, won't you, in the next month?
That's true.
And that part of the world you're going to, Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, is beautiful. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to looking out of the bus window and seeing what I can.
Yeah, enjoying the trees. Thanks for your time, Matthias.
Thank you.
Yeah, just really wanted to say, obviously Thursday was your first local derby, and of course Plymouth and Exeter, really great rivalry. I mean, were you surprised when you got to St James's Park just how intense it was with the crowd?
Yeah, I mean, it was very intense. I liked the atmosphere, and already when we came to the stadium, I got a feeling that it was like a big game, So yeah, I thought it was great atmosphere around the game. Also, the build up to the game was quite long. You could feel that it's a game that means a lot. So yeah, that's the feeling you got as a player, for sure.
And did you understand the feeling to the fans at the end? Because obviously, there's nothing worse than being beaten by your rivals.
No, I understand it completely. I mean, I think that's very. I think it's a healthy sign. I think it should be that way when you lose a game like that. In the way we did, they have all the rights to react the way they did. I thought.
Tom, now that the dust has settled on Thursday night, what have you learned and what are you going to take into Mansfield from that?
We learned that we need to have more edge as a team. From a competitive perspective, I think, there's different levels of just doing enough or not making mistakes. But I think we need to go above and beyond that, where we're showing a bit more bravery with the ball, but certainly a bit more aggression without the ball. You don't want to be. You don't want to have the comment against you. You're too nice as a team, and it's something that we need to address. We need to be more aggressive with our runs, aggressive in our duels, aggressive with our voices, and have a little bit more edge and devil in our performances.
How do you instill that into the performances then?
Yeah, you highlight it first and foremost, and obviously in training you don't want lads crashing into each other, but it's just going above and beyond in all phases of the game, really, in every action, because intensity and aggression is a huge part of the game we play, and I think a little bit less focus on technical, which is an area we still need to improve, but fundamentally we need to just focus a little bit more on aggression and intensity.
There'll be natural disappointment around, but how have you personally sort of lifted the mood around the club over the past couple of days?
Yeah, so 3 things, and everyone's hurting. I'm sure a lot have had sleepless nights since Thursday. There's 3 things that we need. There's first of all togetherness. That is something I'm not worried about. We've got a good group of lads in terms of personalities, and a coaching staff that is absolutely here to help. So togetherness, no problem. Clarity. So clarity also gives the players clear direction and comfort in how we're going to get out of this sticky period. And the third thing is fight, which is where I think we need to all of us need to improve. That we show more fight.
Yeah, and put those all together, and you've got Mansfield on Tuesday. I mean, obviously the build up to that. What have you made of Mansfield? What have you made of that side?
I mean, in these moments, I think that having a double game week is positive. After 20 minutes out there against Wimbledon 9 days ago, we were the best form team in the league. Not statistic in terms of points. We were the best form team in the league. Now, fast forward a game and a half, and we're all feeling very hurt, disappointed. So the chance to have 2 games in a week and try and change that dynamic back is good for us. Mansfield are a consistent team, hugely experienced manager. They'll do all the basics to a high standard, so we need to go above and beyond and match that.
It's another away day, and it's a long month for away days. How are you going to help them combat almost team fatigue because of that?
You have to show mental resilience. We have to find solutions, not excuses. We have to, show positive body language and all those fundamentals and basics we spoke about on day one. Now, we need to do more walking the walk than talking the talk now, and it's an important week to do that.
How does that fixture run sort of shape your schedule over the next month?
Not much changes, to be honest, apart from travelling the day before. Today's a bit more of a rush to do the training session, to do this with you guys than it would be if we were at home tomorrow. But yeah, you can be quite productive on your travels, and the players, it's a chance for them to rest, put their feet up on the bus, and for me, not much changes.
And obviously, rest and fatigue is the big point. But where are we on the injury front at the moment?
Yeah, disappointing. Few days, to be honest. I think can't think of a period where or a game where I potentially could have lost 5 from Thursday's squad. So Matty Sorenall is suspended. Alex Mitchell will be having some time off because of the loss of his mother. Eamon Benarous has suffered a freak training injury and put him out for 4 to 6 weeks. And Joe Edwards and Bradley Ibrahim will be doubts for the game and go through fitness tests possibly as late as tomorrow morning.
A freak training injury?
Yeah, so it's an action that he will have done tens of thousands of times, opening his knee out a little bit to receive a ball, and something's clicked in there, which has caused a little bit of ligament damage, and 4 to 6 weeks for him, and which is disappointing for him because after the last couple of performances and the way he's been training, he would have featured a lot in the next few games.
I mean, I presume there would have been natural changes going into this Mansfield game anyway, but how has that sort of made your squad? It gives the opportunities to the other players in the squad, does it not? Absolutely,
yeah. I mean, if you were a fringe player, this is the moment where you go, right, I'm here to start. I think it's important we have a mental freshness of the team because the last 2 defeats have been really sore ones and can knock confidence. But yeah, we must pick a team tomorrow that is going to show all the things that we're not showing in the last 2 or 3 performances. If you think of Wigan being a bit flat as well, so I must pick a team that we feel like we're going to not only talk about what we need to do but show it.
Tom, thank you.
Cheers.
3 words: Burton, Luton, Stockport. How can you go from that sort of side to what we've seen in the last 3 games?
Yeah, we're an inconsistent outfit at the minute, so to get that, it's a broken record, but there's the fundamentals and the basics, and even those games, we still concede 2 against Stockport and we still concede 2 against Luton, and that's not sustainable to pick up results. Defensively, we must be be more conviction. There must be more conviction in our actions and take a bit more accountability in our defensive work. So to stop this, because conceding 2 goals is making it really tough for us. But however, we can certainly take some confidence that we've beaten 3 of the better teams in the league there, and we need to get back to that.
There's no question in your work ethic, is there? Does it sometimes, I don't know how to put it really, but does it disappoint you that your team don't reflect that same work ethic?
I can't point fingers at anyone for not working hard.
Right, okay.
What I would say is the lads are covering the meters on Thursday for sure. Whether there's that edge in the tackle, or there's right, my desire to get in the box is going to be more than yours. So they're doing the meters for sure. What I would say is, having watched the game back a couple of times, we looked more one-paced than Exeter on Thursday. So they're covering the distance, but there needs to be at times in these competitive games bite, and that's what we need to see tomorrow. There'll be a team picked to see that tomorrow, and we must get more edge.
I'm not going to do a Chris Errington and pick your team for you, but can you explain a bit more? I know fans, I don't know if they understand it or not. You talk about missing Xavier, and obviously we miss Caleb Watts. So therefore, why don't you start a Tegan Finn, at a Dale, Bally against Exeter? Why don't you start those creative players?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke about Barley, I think post or pre-match, and sometimes Barley's not scored this season, and he's had a couple of assists from short corners. So all in all, Barley is a really important player for us. But how do we unlock that attacking product out of Barley? And sometimes it is to come out the firing line, to reset. It's not the game that he would have wanted to do it, and he showed it in his training that he's determined to prove me wrong. But I feel like Barley needed a little bit of a reset button, and without highlighting too many individuals, I consciously picked my most experienced team of the season, because I feel like the inconsistencies are down to a largely young squad. Now that backfired on Thursday. So yeah, whenever you pick a losing team, it's going to be scrutinised, and I have to accept that. You
as a player, you had that bite, didn't you? You come across, I mean, I think we like you as a person, and it's one of those, but you had bite as a player, didn't you? So how did you get that into that team?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because I think as a coach, anyone who played as a coach, you want to see you've bit yourself in your team. It was the first thing Sir Alex told me when I got the Watford job, and I do need to install that, because I was 5'8", and not the quickest, but I don't think any opponent would have said I was nice to play against. So we need to install that. Obviously, it's naturally in some people. It's naturally in a Caleb Roberts. It's naturally in a Bradley Ibrahim. And it's not in others, and they need to find mechanisms for that. You can be the most laid back guy in the week, but when you step over that white line, you need to find some edge, some devil, and we will do some things psychologically as well as technically in the drills to try and unlock that.
Would you have any sort of disagreement with the sort of question that you're a Premier League player? Again, is it difficult? You're now dealing in League One. Do you have? I was going to say. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Do you have this? We had Wayne Rooney here. You were Premier League players. Did you pick a team knowing that or expecting those sort of Premier League standards, or do you realise really clearly what you're dealing with?
Yeah, I think adaptability is one of my real strengths. So I will never ask the players to do something I don't feel like they can deliver. There's absolute no football snobbery from me at all. I've supported Bradford City for a long time down in League Two. So yeah, I mean, I listened to a Michael Owen podcast a few weeks ago and disagree with what he said about players who spend their careers at the highest level, like Wayne, and then come and manage lower down the football pyramid, that being a disadvantage. Now, I think I researched my team, I researched the level, I researched the opposition so much that I feel as in the know as anyone of what we need to do and the league. So yeah, for me, it doesn't make a difference where I spent my career, my playing career. I think I've got a good high level knowledge of football, and there's absolutely no football snobbery at all.
Mansfield, again, is football cliche, and as you said, we do sound like a broken record every week. But Mansfield, is it more about us this time? Much more about us following that sort of little 3-game patch. or do Mansfield pose their own dangers, and we mustn't think that you can just walk up there and pick up 3 points and everything?
Yeah, every team poses the problems, and that's my job, is to give the balance of how much focus do you put on the opposition and ourselves. So I think those scales are really tipping towards focusing on ourselves, and more importantly, the fundamentals of what a strong Argyle performance looks like. So there will be a high level of focus on that. I think they're pretty consistent how they set up and play Mansfield. There'll be a level of detail we have to show the players. That's our job. But yeah, huge amount of focus on us responding from Thursday.
Last one from me. Eamon's injury, what area of the body?
Knee. Knee. So yeah, again, really unfortunate freak incident. He's been a player who's struggled with injuries, but in the 3 or 4 months he's been at the club, has been in every training session at a high level of intensity, and yeah, disappointed for him.